are Goidodri and I'm Siva. I'm taking some kind of insight and opinion for the development of WordPress. And yes, we are trying to reach the more people and more opinion about the WordPress and other things also. And yes, Luca has managed some speaker for this session, and we need to make it short. Okay, let's start with your introduction and your session and your involvement in this WordCamp, and we'll go to the question answer round.
Yeah, so I'm Francisco Torres. I'm just a normal developer using WordPress since a long time ago. And since 1 year ago, I am part of the plugin review team. And nowadays, I'm sponsored by SiteGround through the Five for the Future program. So I'm devoting a lot of time to the community right now because of my involvement in the plugin review team. And also, I develop websites.
So you also work for the plugin review team.
For what?
For the plugin review team. WordPress.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, we are just listing 5 factors from the WordPress that will help us to rank the development of WordPress. The questions are on the chat box also. I have pasted on that chat box. The first thing that we rank WordPress in terms of ease of use, like considering the interface, UI, and user experience, and available tool like customizer, page builder, or other things. How easy do you find WordPress for building WordPress, as well as the managing the WordPress? Like you can rate it from 1 to 10.
So from 1 to 10, I would say 1 to 10. I mean, I think it is in the entire range of options because actually it depends on what you are going to do with WordPress. So if you want to do something that is not covered by the UX that WordPress currently have, you are going to have a 1. But if you want to do something like a website with the blocks of the visual editor, or maybe something with a plugin that is already available in the directory, maybe that's a 10 or an 8 or a 9. It depends on what you are doing with WordPress and depends on your experience. But I would say that overall, for the most common cases, it tends to be easier than harder. So it tends to go to 10. Maybe say a 10 is too much, but the entire community is improving everything. So maybe that's going up to 10.
Yeah, going up to 10. Thank you. So then in terms of customization and flexibility, like we used to customize themes, plugins, and other things also, how do you rate, like from very limited to very flexible? It's also from 1 to 10. It's how do you rate the customization and flexibility of WordPress in terms of themes, plugins, and design options?
Yeah, as for that, I would say around 8 or 9. And this is because there are many options for themes and for plugins, either in the directory of themes and plugins that is available at WordPress.org, but also out of that. There are many places with plugins and with themes that can offer a variety of options for you to customize that. So I think around 8, maybe.
Around that is also great. Like we just left the point 2. Okay, for the e-commerce factor for the WordPress, like WooCommerce and other subscription type of thing, or lead generation things and other things, just a kind of e-commerce thing in WordPress. How do you rate your experience using WordPress for that kind of business, including setting up the online store or managing sales or seeing the analytics or restriction or things, that kind of, in that point, how do you rate it?
I think there are great tools for e-commerce. I also have to mention that there are other open source projects for making an e-commerce that also have great functionalities. I don't know if I can compare WordPress with that. WordPress is unique in its own because you can do many other things with WordPress. So I would say for the entire package, maybe WordPress is an 8 about e-commerce. But we have also to note that there are other options, and we have room for improvement. So we always we will always have room for improvement for everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, but let's say
our experience. It's about
yeah.
our experience.
Yeah, and as for my experience, I have been able to do everything. But also I know that I am a developer. So when there is something I cannot get to, I just develop it. So thinking about the user, okay, maybe let's say an 8 overall.
Yeah. Okay, for the learning resources and our community support, we can also rate WordPress on that factor also, because not other platform has this kind of community bonding and this kind of networking and this kind of knowledge sharing things. So how would you rate the availability and quality of the learning resources? This is a kind of quality, and availability is also a main important factor for this. And the community support, like tutorials, forum, WordCamps, meetups, and other contributor series. How do you rate in this factor for the WordPress?
So about documentation, about written documentation, there is almost everything writing down somewhere. So maybe the documentation might be a 9, and maybe as every other thing has room for improvement. For example, right now in the plugin review team, we are taking a look to the documentation to make it more practical and to refresh it, to make it up to date. And if we talk about WordCamps and community and the help you can have from there, let's say a 10, because a lot of people is going to help you and you are going to have fun as well, getting in with the people at WordCamps. So yeah, around that.
So this is the same question, like the docs and the community is in the same question. So how do you rate like 9 for the learning?
Yeah, like 9, yeah.
Okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
And talking about the adaptability of the new technology, to the WordPress, like integrating page builder or other things are also new technique for the building WordPress website in WordPress. And you can also talk about AI and mobile first design and other things also. You can also add that kind of thing to your opinion. How do you rate the adaptability to the new technology?
I think that WordPress, because of its own nature, it evolves in a slowly pace because new features has to be developed in a way that keeps there for the future. And also you have to put that in common for all the people to manage that and so. But I think that besides the core of WordPress, there are a lot of options, as I said before, in themes and plugins. So if I say adaptability regarding, for example, plugins, there are 60,000 plugins, and I see a lot of new plugin submissions, for example, nowadays for AI. To do a lot of things with artificial intelligence. So I think that overall the project is evolving and adapting very well to new situations. Maybe not in the core, in the close future, but in the near future after that, maybe. So let's say an 8 here about adaptability to new technologies.
Yeah, that's great. The 8 is also a great point for the new technology because it's adapting something new every day. Okay, let's talk about the overall satisfaction. Your personal overall satisfaction with the WordPress, like how you have started from the point of your starting career in WordPress to this day, how satisfied, how you rate your experience with WordPress?
Let's say an 8. I actually love everything about WordPress. I love to gather with the community. The documentation is good, and overall, I do my living using WordPress. So I just love the project, love the people that is behind the project. So I think it is great.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for your opinion. Thank you so much for your experience for this point. Like this kind of soft analytics also helps some people to get into the WordPress and WordPress job and other things also. Thank you once again for being part of this community, and also
Thanks to you.
thank you so much for being a part of this show also. Have fun for the WordCamp, and most probably you will also stay there for the weeks or 2 weeks, I guess.
Yeah, I will be until next Wednesday.
Yeah, enjoy, have fun. Okay, we are signing
Thank you
for this session.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Okay, bye.